Hi, I'm Nina, or Angel, or Loxy, or King, whatever you want to call me. I like to write, and I like to draw, and I like to do other shenanigans. Usually whatever my heart's desire. And today I kind of thought I would hang out with you guys while I update my Obsidian vault. If you don't know what Obsidian is, or you are curious about how I use Obsidian, why I use Obsidian, what do I use Obsidian for, etc., you can check out my other two videos that I have. The first video is my beginner intro to Obsidian. It was the first time I ever used it. That was a year ago. And then the second one is kind of my most recent update of 1 year with Obsidian. So you can definitely check those out for something more in depth to your liking. However, this video is not a tutorial. It's not really showing you anything. It's more so just we're gonna hang out together. I'm going to be working on kind of updating things in my vault. I figured maybe somebody would find it useful, and also I realized that I actually use my other Obsidian videos to reference sometimes. Like, I'm referencing my own videos just because I'm also setting up another vault at work. I work at a library. I'm a library director, and while I was setting it up, I was like, oh wait, hold on, how did I set up my folders again? Like, what did I put in my meta folder and stuff like that? So yeah, I realized I'm actually referencing my own videos, and I figured it'd be kind of nice to keep more videos of me doing things, working on stuff in real time, and then hopefully one day it could be useful for me or for somebody else. It's just trial and error stuff that I'm working on right now. We're just hanging out here. So I'm in my vault. This is my main vault. I do have a couple of vaults, but I'm focusing on this one first. If you're not new here and you've already seen my other Obsidian videos, my dashboard looks totally different. I've really changed things up here, and I'm still working on it. What I'm doing is I downloaded this plugin called Tasks, and let me see. I downloaded Tasks, Templater, Quick Add, and I think those are the only new ones I got. It's supposed to be kind of a way to make my tasks be a little bit more functional. I found that I wanted to be able to look at all of my tasks that I have anytime I create them, because they'll be hidden inside of notes and stuff, and sometimes I'm creating project notes, and in those project notes I'll have to-do lists, and unless I'm actually going into the project note or something, I'm not actually seeing the tasks. But I'm always in this little dashboard view. I figured it'd be really cool to be able to see stuff here. I mentioned that I started to create a vault at work at my library job. I have a little recording from that computer that I kind of saved for myself. We're gonna take a look at it together. Oh, dang it, why is it not working? Okay, what's really cool about whenever you create a new vault, it's like a clean slate and you can try and rethink things. So when I was creating that vault, I think that's where I kind of got the idea for, hey, how do I have tasks that I can see really quick, because I don't need too many for working at the library. It's strictly just library stuff for the most part. So this is my dashboard that I created for my library vault, and I created a couple different things here. I mean, it looks similar, right? But that's another thing, is buttons. You can have these little cool buttons, so now I can just quickly click on that to do a daily note or a new note. I have my my cursor is looking over at my daily notes. I wanted to be able to see all of my daily notes right on the side, so really quick view. And then as you can see, I had a to-do list within that daily note, and so that kind of shows up in my active tasks. And I was also let me go back. Okay, so here I have a task for today, and then I also have reflections. So this is my daily notes, and this was mostly experimental. Then I have a reflection part where they're not considered tasks, but still a checklist. It's just that they have these cool little icons that you can customize. So instead of just having a little square and then a check mark, it actually has its own little status thing icon. So that's really cool. But I wanted to use that for reflections. How do I get those to show up outside of the note? And over here we have my active tasks over on this side. Anything that gets moved or forwarded, because when you click on this little note icon, you can edit the task and then kind of change the status of it. So it becomes moved, goes into this backlog task. And then down here I have this deadline task and priority task. In the deadline task, if we look back at the note, this one here, it had a deadline or a due date that would show up here, but because I finished it, nothing is there right now. And then there's also my priority tasks. So you can put a status to a task and then filter them in these little queries kind of things, which is really cool. What about my reflection logs? Or the little reflection parts, right, that aren't actually tasks, but they're just like little blurbs of thoughts that I have. I filtered those to be non-tasks items, and then put in what kind of status I want. All of my reflection logs I write within my vault, they will show up here in this little reflection log thing, but then anything here is more the important stuff. So I have my important stuff, any ideas, and I think I also put any like questions that I might have or something, so I can always look back at something here. Isn't that so cool? I love that. I'm very much a reflective kind of person. It works so far. I mean, this is very experimental, but then I have a database where it shows any notes that I create today, all the files or new notes that I created within that day, and then I just kind of have a little side blurb of, you know, what I'm currently reading or listening to, or anything I want to bookmark or something. Then I have my vault key there, so it's just kind of a key or a note about how I'm tagging my notes, how I'm keeping track of what these reflections mean. Yeah. Oh, and then I did my dates. So here at the library, I have sometimes a lot of deadlines that come up or things. This case, I have a event, which is a webinar coming up about neuro art. As a librarian, I have to have a lot of continuing education stuff for me as a librarian to continue to learn, and the state will kind of ask how much hours and stuff are you doing of continuing education, so I think we have to do a certain amount. This is me trying to keep track of my webinars to attend a bit better, and when I'm attending it, then I can fill this stuff out, kind of keep any information or notes. I just put in properties for that and then put them in my database, so now I know that that's in there. And then anytime we have any programs that I have to do for the library, or we're going to do any events or any fundraisers or whatever, I can put them in here and keep notes on it. And the reason why I'm doing that is instead of just doing, because technically you could be using databases now to keep track of tasks as well, sort of like how Notion does. I don't want Obsidian to be filled with a bunch of empty notes just for tasks. I want it to actually be notes that have purpose and have content in it. There has to be stuff that's valuable in it. So any little dilly-dally tasks like this, I'd rather just keep them on a checklist or a task list, whatever, and not as notes, separate notes. Yeah, this was just me showing my quick access. That's a button that's on a note. And I have, this is that reflections, like all of my vault reflections will end up in here. And they are, the way that those queries work is that they're in like a block code. This is my task management note. All of my vault's tasks will show up, the backlog. And I have a quick add tasks here because I'm thinking when I can figure out how to set up a button or something to add tasks really quick. I'm not too sure how to do that yet, but I'm kind of having the idea that this is where it would go. I think you can tell it to go there. We'll see. Because right now, the only place I'm writing down my tasks are within my daily note, or they're in any other kind of note that I create. But what if I just have a random idea of like a task that I need to do, but I don't know where to put it? I don't want to go into my daily and put it in there. I kind of just want to like hopefully able to just go right in here. I don't know. I saw a YouTube video and it seemed like it was possible, but I need to like rewatch stuff again. So you see, this is the block code to be able to see all of the tasks, the unchecked tasks that I have. It took a couple days of me just looking at the guide for the task plugin to figure out how to set up the correct sort of filters, and watching YouTube videos as well. I'm gonna put up the videos that helped me out the most, from the video that first even inspired all of this to then the videos that I saw was a little bit more advanced. I was like, okay, I would like to maybe challenge myself and really try this out. This all is sort of a bit much. This is definitely not a beginner's video. Please don't watch this thinking it's a beginner's video or a tutorial or something, because I would feel very bad if you're trying to follow along with this. I'm still learning, and honestly I would say I'm a bit more intermediate now of a Obsidian user, because I have been using it for a year now, and what I had in the beginning of my vault is no longer what I want now. I'd like a bit more of a functional vault, still a bit aesthetically pleasing, but in my last video I saw a comment where somebody mentioned how they were curious about how I link things within my vault and how everything can still like read with each other, you know, if it's relevant. And I was thinking that I don't actually have anything super set up intensively like that yet. I'd like to start thinking ahead and thinking about how would I keep all of my notes organized and linking together, and most importantly, how am I going to stay on top of all my projects, because that was the whole point of me switching to Obsidian. I used to be a Notion user, but I still like Notion for its databases. I think you could do really like intense things with their databases. I mean, their databases are really goated and it's awesome for that, and it's awesome for tasks. Obsidian is awesome for keeping track of your writing and your reflections and your notes and your reading and stuff like that, whatever you want to write down. I think it's great for that, not so much calendar use or tasks use, you know, like it's not that great for that. So this is me trying to set up Obsidian a little bit better with tasks. That's that. Here we got my vault key. These are like the tags for my notes. What do they mean? What kind of notes are they? Here is the checkboxes, statuses for tasks. And then down here it's the same thing for statuses. These are for reflections and statuses. So the question is a question I have. And then we have important, which is something to not forget. You know, all that stuff. Okay, so back in my vault, it's different from the library one. Kind of set up some stuff the same way I had my library vault. I really liked having my daily notes as a data view or database thing over here. I'm gonna set that up. Hold on, let's look this again. Yes, and I'd like to have my reflection logs and pinned logs here. I don't think I need the dates. I don't need the dates there. I do want my daily logs to be the same as this, the same kind of setup, which I think I already did change that. Let me see. So in my meta folder, I got my templates and my daily. Yes. I want to have a weekly note, a monthly note, quarterly, and yearly note as well. So I'm probably gonna set those up. Maybe not right now. I know that eventually I want to do that. These are just other templates I have. Atomic notes. This is just a base note. Character template for when I'm writing characters. I might change this though. All of my character story stuff, this is my comic that I'm working on. I'm considering to change or move literally everything out of this vault and give it its own vault, because I'm realizing it's such a big project and there's a lot of moving parts to it. So at that point, I think it just needs its own vault. That's for another day. Right now, I'm just trying to set up my dashboard to be a bit more functional. And then I also want to make sure I'm setting up my daily notes, my weekly notes, and all of the tasks for now. Before I move over to Linux, because that's another project I have right now, as you can see right here. Okay, I guess I could tell you a little bit of how I have these folders. Number one is short-term projects. Any short-term projects I have, I label them number one, and then whatever the project name is. Number two are a bit more medium-term projects. They might take a couple months or something. And then number 3 are long-term projects. They don't have any deadline. I have my art journey, which is just basically me trying to set up a system of studying art a bit more. I'm kind of giving myself a little curriculum. This is inspired by 𝒸𝒽. I'm gonna put up the video that inspired me. So that's that dashboard. The thing is, let's say I start to create another note that has things I want to read or do, and I want to put them into a checklist, and then things that I reflect on later afterwards, like little reflection blurbs. Anytime I have checklists someplace within this vault, it'll show up here and remind me that, hey, this is a project that you have right now, and you have ongoing to-do lists within that project. That's what I'm working on. I so far only have this little week at a glance thing working. The rest of this we're gonna have to ignore. Chef of the week, my husband and I interchange between like who cooks for the week. So this week is my week to cook, and this is my menu that I created. And then these were my current week's goals. And then this is there's no longer going to be a daily thing. I think this is where I'm going to have my due dates, possibly. I realized that my mic was no longer recording for a while there, so I'm just gonna go back to where I was. Basically I was talking about how I'm trying to set up my weekly notes, daily notes, etc, etc. I changed this tag. It was reflection logs, but now I changed it to daily because technically all of my daily notes, I used to call them reflection logs, but I think if I want to be able to make these queries work a little bit better, it would be wise to have sort of match up with what I need it for. So anything I write in a monthly note, I'll need to make sure that it's got a tag monthly and it has a file path for monthly notes. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna have my weekly notes, monthly notes. Now I'm going to change this reflection log. Let's remove the icon. I'm going to rename this to daily notes. Also, because now I have a YouTube series called Reflection Logs, which is my last 2 Obsidian videos were uploaded within. They're part of that reflection log series. It'd be good to not like confuse reflection logs here for my daily notes versus my series. I liked how in my library vault I just had literally one vault key note instead of having multiple ones like this. I'm gonna combine these notes. I don't need to have all these here. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Let's just rename this to vault. This is like the first note I ever made in this vault. It was supposed to help me with organizing these folders. So again, this is the project folders 1, 2, and 3, and then the rest of the folders are more like functional folders or something like that. Vault folders, tags, put that right in there. So this one I can delete. There's currently one link pointing to this note. Oh, I'm assuming it's this one. Okay. It'll just be better to have everything kind of in one. Vault folders, tags. I'm gonna call it vault tags as well. This is pillar tags. This is again something that's more only applicable to me. I don't think a lot of people use it. I mean, it's if you know about areas and pillars and whatnot, then that's if you're really into planning. Okay, project folders, vault tags. I think that's it. And then the hotkeys. I think I'll just keep that there. I don't think it needs to be part of a note just yet. So there's the vault key now. And I'm gonna move my vault key to my brewing. Now my quick access is where my buttons are gonna be. And I can also put that in my brewing. Let's just do that for now. Now here's my master task. Right now I only have a block quote for active tasks or my not done tasks. I'm gonna change this though because I no longer want to be tagging all of my tasks because that's really annoying. As you can see here, there's these tags next to each task. Let me open up a daily note. I have these 2 tasks. These are not tagged, which means they're not showing up here in the master tasks. So you can't see, I can't see those there, and I can't see them here in any of these queries because these queries also have the block quotes of particular tags and stuff. Except for this one. This one is showing me anything that's scheduled before next week. I'm gonna fix up these queries here and the way that my tasks are showing up. I only want to use tags really for note properties and stuff. Let's go to where these are. This is in my note. I'm going to remove these tags. No more tags. This was like in the beginning of me setting this up when I was first experimenting with the library vault. I didn't know how to filter my tasks without using tags for them. But I've started to learn a bit more of how to use this new task plugin. For me, it's new to my vault. Okay, so I think that got rid of those tags. These should all be mostly for my notes. This inbox thing, I'm probably gonna archive this for now. I just don't know if I'm gonna really be using it for tasks, because if I'm gonna be keeping track of my tasks within my dashboard now, most likely won't be needing this Kanban board. So I'm just gonna archive this for now. So I have only these. Okay, I have dashboard, quick access, reflections. That's the one I need. It's reflections. So it's my personal pillar. My tag would be logs, pretty much. So this is gonna be reflections. I think that's what I called it there. And I'm gonna move it to my brewing. Now the block quote I need, luckily I made a little draft when I was at work at the library of all the functions that I have so far that I've got working. So this one, okay, this one's for the reflections. So I need to insert a block quote, code block. Status type is non-task. Path does not include templates. I don't think there's anything even in my templates right now. I don't think so. Path does not include vault key, which, yes, I don't want these to show up, so I need that there. And path does not include files preview. I don't think I even have a files preview in this one, so I don't need that either. Task. Okay, my reflection is going to show up in here. New notes in my brewing. That's my weekly. This is for my meals. How am I going to make it show meals? Should I still just... I don't want to have to tag my stuff. That means I'm going to fix this query to show my meals of the week that I'm making. Okay, this is where we go into the community plugin. We go to task. And we go to the user guide. So I've been referencing this so much. So if you want to also figure out how to set up tasks within your vault, you can do this. Again, this is not, I wouldn't consider this a beginner Obsidian user thing. Don't do this if you're just beginning Obsidian. Just like I said, I've been using it for a year, so I'm kind of at the point where I want to level up a bit, but by all means don't do this as a beginner. Get used to Obsidian, get things done in Obsidian, do things in Obsidian. Don't worry about this kind of stuff just yet. Now I know there's a way to filter these by the heading. Queries, filters. These are if you use the date, and then there should be one for heading. Heading includes something. Will match task. Heading includes, now, okay, so my weekly here, I want to make sure I get meals and goals this week. So let's see if this will work. Instead of using tags, let's use hey, there we go. That would just mean that on a weekly basis, it's going to show me this. Now let's say if I had another weekly note and I have this again, I would just need to cancel these. So that is going to be something I need to do unless I do this also scheduled before next week. So heading includes meals this week and scheduled before next week. No? Oh no, because I don't have it scheduled. That would mean I need to schedule. Yeah. I'd have to schedule all of my weekly stuff every time. So that means I need to schedule this. See, I have to put a schedule date before Sunday. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I think I'll just leave it this way for now. And I'll just cancel them at the end of every week. Or I could just change the status to being rescheduled. Or just canceled or something. And then, I don't know. Either way, I could just change the status of it. These ones would have to show up. Monthly, quarterly, and yearly would need to show up underneath these monthly, weekly, these path files. New folder. Yearly notes. I don't like to have folders within folders, so this is kind of like the rare time that I will do that right now. And I only try to like do it once. Like I don't want to have folders within folders. But yeah, my daily notes will live in here, then weekly notes, monthly notes, yearly notes. So this would have to be path includes, right, monthly notes. And then this one. Path includes yearly. And I would just need to make a new note template for those. This one would be that means I have to go to my Vault key and look. So I need the status symbol to be star. My weekly glance. This week's goals, and then any deadlines this week. Or not even, I don't think it's just this week. Oh yeah, it is due today or due in this week. Okay, yeah. And then this is gonna be for my projects, but I might need something bigger here. Okay, well, let's say I have my streaming notes here. I have a to-do list here, right, for them. Okay, so once I remove this, it's going to read literally everything that I have. So watch. I'm just gonna show you. It's gonna show every task that I have, and it's insane. I don't need these to show up either. I think this is coming from my Kanban board, and I don't want it to show up my Kanban boards. What's even the... Can I exclude Kanban boards just entirely? Maybe I should just, because I'm gonna be getting rid of my Haven Doom thing, I should just make sure it doesn't get those. But I don't know what's my function that I have here. Okay. Task symbol, return space. Path does not include templates. Path does not include vault key. I don't want 3 story Haven Doom to appear. Good. That sort of worked. So that got rid of a lot of my Haven Doom stuff from the Kanban boards that I was having there. So this is showing all of my stuff. This is from my project streaming notes to prepare for streaming. I'm trying to get some stuff done there so I could hopefully start streaming. This one is from my meals and goals this week. This is my time-lapse diaries editor notes. So if we go there, this is me editing my time-lapse video. Just want to make sure it's showing what I actually want it to show. Oh, I don't want it to show anything from my archived stuff. So, and path does not include number 8 archive. Don't show me anything from there, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm seeing just my projects, my weeklies, and my dailies. Great. Next, I think what I'm gonna do, have a project header. So let's say this is for, or let's just say project tasks. And this is gonna be a header. So I want this. Heading includes project tasks. So now I can see these are tasks I have within my stream. Okay, sorry I'm not so entertaining. I'm like very focused. This stuff is sort of a big brain, takes a lot of thinking. It takes a lot of effort for my little brain. The freaking font is so small. No, I guess it's small in this one too. I'm debating to get rid of this, some of this stuff here. So I think I'm gonna have this be kind of the reflections. Control C, Control V, thank you. Yeah, I'll just leave it to show everything for now. Once I do put down reflection, let's just maybe open up this and I'll just put something down. So just to test it and have it show up, let's put a pro. So something good today. I got to record a video. Hi. And then it should show up in here. This one is going to be, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I can't believe I got distracted. It was only supposed to be achievements, right? And then I was thinking milestones, that's what it was. So I never even finished that. So let's take out these ones. Just for now, it's just the stars. So let's say in my reflection, I did a star. An achievement, this is a fake achievement. And it'll show up there. And it shows up here too, which is fine. Then I would need to create some templates for month, quarterly, yearly. Do need a weekly template because I don't technically have one. I only have a daily one. This is what my old daily notes used to look like until I moved to this one. I think there's a way that the daily calendar, or this calendar thingy that I have, it's called the calendar plugin. I think there's a way to have weekly and monthly stuff set up in it. Use weekly notes for an added organization layer. They work just like daily notes, but have their own customization options. Let's add a new column to the calendar view showing the week number. Oh, that'd be nice. Okay, because technically that's what I do with my physical calendar, and I like to put the number of the week. So I know how many weeks we're in the year. So right now we're in week 15 out of 52. This is something fun that my brain likes. Yes, weekly notes, have a new home. Interesting. This is why I should always read everything within a plugin page because there's useful information in there. Weekly notes in 2 ways. Okay. Oh, you can do monthly notes too. Well, I will have to play around with this later. Now I want to create a database and I want to start putting my bases in here. So new folder, bases. Let's create a new base. I don't know. I called it organized notes in the other one, so I guess I might as well. Filter, folder, catch all, daily notes. Is this going from newest to oldest? Yes. So let's put that over here. I'll have this search function over here. Don't really need it over there. I think I can put my tags and stuff up here too. So now I can navigate all of my notes a little bit easier. So if I wanted my YouTube, like right here I have my time-lapse diaries, and I renamed this to project tasks. Is that gonna show up here? Yep. And I can see that's from my time-lapse. What was then the other thing I wanted to have that I was inspired from here? I mean, I could have my pinned logs, because that would be good to have like more important things, questions, and ideas up there. I don't need dates upcoming because in my personal life, like, I don't really have a lot of dates or events where I need to take notes on it. I already have deadlines. I could possibly get a priority task one. I could, because then let's say if I have a project task, maybe like I really need to get this sound effects and transitions into there. So I mean, that shows up at the top of this. Organizes it by priority. I think for now, I'll just leave it at that. Oh, what I could do is create a new base. Let's get another database. So I would need to go into my streaming notes and I would need to add properties here. Let's add tag, vault tags, daily index script, bring up project. Yes. I just want to make sure that I'm actually using, because I think I still have some tags here that I want to delete. Maybe. I'm probably going to remove 𝒞𝒃𝓃𝓃 for a while because I don't use it. So I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of 𝒞𝒃𝓃𝓃 from this vault. Okay, and then I'll just need to add weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So those are going to be extra tags I create here. So yeah, I think I got all the tags I really want for this vault, which is only use them for what type of note I have. So this is a project. See, I need to create a template. Do I have a template for projects? Oh, I do. Oh, I forgot I made this. Status complete. See, I made this streaming notes just really quickly, so I made that way before I even had this template. So I need that. Create new note, replace template. It's Alt-R. I'm still learning, okay? I'm still learning. Why does it not work? I think I'm gonna have to change the hotkey for that because for some reason Alt-R, it's not working. Hotkeys, replace. Let's do Control-Shift-R for now. Hello? Control-Shift-R. Why is it still not working? Streaming notes. Template. The hell is this? Folder templates. Do I need to turn that on? Why doesn't this work? Is it because I have templates on in here? No, I don't. Insert template content from a folder of templates. So if I want to add a template, ooh, this is so annoying. This is why I created this button here. These new buttons for quick access. Which, wait, the way I did that, I think you need to get a. Why doesn't it show me up here? In community plugins, it's called buttons. You need that. And you can make buttons in there. After that, you need the quick add and templater. That's how I made those buttons, and you can make them work and stuff. So if I wanted to make a button, I just go to button maker and say this is for new project. It's going to make a note from a template. So I need template, note, and then project template. You'll be prompted to enter name. Yeah, default folder. Let's just leave it in the default. I'll just do blue. Why are we not doing it? New project, note, project template. Gosh, now this one's not working too. Why isn't it working? What am I doing wrong? Quick access. A new data type, man. Daily note. I want to make a button here. Get a note from project. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time, but new project. There we go. And then it shows up over here. However, I already have a project here. I would like to be able to insert the new file properties. Is it because it already has file properties? I don't know why it's not working. Templater to add template. It's in okay. Template file location. I have to turn on templates. Is it mad? What templater replace templates in the active file. That's what I want to do. It's not letting me do it. I mean, am I doing the wrong thing? Insert template, but insert template module. Oh my gosh, is this what I was supposed to be doing? Project template. You're so annoying. I was doing the wrong thing. You live and learn. This is why we're here. Technically, this would be under deliverables. And resources would technically be this for the animation alerts that I'm considering to buy. Now, date created. Fine, we'll say it was created today. This is under community. We consider streaming as a community project, like trying to build up a community. So that's my pillar for that. I can create a new index tag. This is kind of like how I'm... Oh, index meta tags. Technically, it would be wiki links. I'm going to rename this so that I don't confuse tags over here. So this is going to be named wiki links. Yeah, this gets moved to my wiki links. Ever does build up where I got like a lot of linked mentions to this wiki link get moved into my index here. My YouTube stuff, I have quite a bit of stuff in here, got moved to my index, and that's kind of how I'm linking things. Complete, and then this is waiting. Okay, because I'm not working on it right now. Let's go in here and let's create a new space for projects. The tag, right? File tag is project. Why is it not here? File tag contains project. Now the properties I want to see is complete, deadline, pillar, maybe status. One more thing, I'd like to have a description within here. So let's go and add a description. Bring my OBS scenes streaming again. And now go back to projects, properties. I want to see the description. Thank you. We can close that. This to the bases. And then in here, wait, do I remember how to do it? Because I thought there was a way that I like did not know how to see a base. Control P bases. I just need to link it, right? I think it's this. And yeah, there we go. I did it. Why are the words so small? I think I need to figure out why the words are so damn small. I don't know if I wanted to make it that much bigger. Because then the second I go into here, they look... The notes, the words are too small, too big in here. But in my dashboard, they're too small. Deadline. Do I want the deadline to go first? Streaming notes. Let's put this over here. I think that's good. And I can have this perhaps before the yearly. Honestly, we can switch this stuff out. I think there's a way, you can group things. I started to use the advanced canvas. Oh, that was another new thing. Advanced canvas. That's a new plugin I have because I use the canvas setting so much. Yeah, projects. This should be with my upcoming so I can see what my projects are. And that way I'm not just relying on this little project task, which I guess I could make bigger. But let's also have project overview is what I'm gonna call it. Let's put this over here. I don't think I need to see the stuff up here because I don't think I'm gonna be adding a new one there like that. It's just gonna be right here if I want to add a new project. Something's wrong here. Okay, this has to go send to back. Oh, another thing. If you're using Canvas a lot, I recommend Advanced Canvas and Unity plugins. I'm realizing that if you get a plugin and it doesn't show up here in the community plugins on the side, it's most likely because you can't modify it or edit it. So it kind of just works in the background. So for example, I have tag wrangler. You need this in my opinion is a need. Like, I don't understand why this isn't already a core function, but essentially if you're going to use tags a lot, you need tag wrangler in order to rename your tags, and then the tag would be updated for all of your notes. Otherwise, if you rename your tag and you don't have this, it's going to break and the tag isn't going to change. Yeah, I would say you need that. What was I going to talk about? I got, right here, canvas send to back. This is essentially the move a card to the front or to the back. That's literally kind of all it does. So I was so sick of that not being already a function within Canvas. It made me so mad. So I got that finally, and it's a lifesaver. So I think that's all for this video. I'm getting kind of sick of listening to myself. I don't know if I'm gonna still use this as keys. I'm probably just gonna like have it maybe to other, and that way I can put other stuff here in this little segment that I created. I did want to figure out eventually how to do, because I know I said I didn't really need the notes created today per se. Maybe in the future I can have it. I would like a notes created on this day, so that way I can see what did I make today on the 10th that was also made last month on the 10th, or the year before on the 10th or something. That would be really cool, because then I could reflect on notes that I had made on that particular day. I'll have to figure that out eventually, because that would be really nice to have. Otherwise, I have my streaming notes here. I'm gonna also put my Linux thing in there, my art journey semester in there too, and my YouTube videos. So I found out with long form, you can actually create note within a note. This note could act like a folder, but it's not a folder. If this is a note, but then this is also a note, and I was just testing that. That blew my freaking mind. I was watching a YouTube video on how to better set up Obsidian for writers, and this guy just did that, and I was like, what? I didn't know you could do that. So instead of making all of my episodes within a heading, yeah, I use them as headings here. Oh, I don't like how big the words are. Stop it. Appearance. Maybe I need to change the font or something. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted and I want to get off already, but okay, this one's possibly okay. But then we go back to my dashboard and it's small again. I don't know, maybe I'll need to change the font, or maybe this is too big and I need to make it zoomed in a little bit more, and like, that's not going to change anything. I mean, it's better than this. This is like the full screen. I like it about here. Yeah, because this is pinned and it never gets closed, whenever I do open Obsidian up again, it stays in this position. I wish there was a way to lock a view, because let's say in my Haven Doom character boards, let's say I wanted this. See how it's like full screen? I wish there was a way where you can just zoom in, lock the view just like that, and then I could just scroll down and use this as a big page or something, or dashboard. I don't know. But I don't like that you can't lock it. So Obsidian needs to do that. And I thought this better, or advanced canvas, I thought that it was able to do that, because it says, see, better read only, improve the read only mode. There's a lot you can do here with the advanced canvas, but I'd really like my read-only mode to be locked somehow. I think we're done here. This is everything I've been trying to do right now. I figured I'd make a sort of hang out with me while I set up and update a little bit of my vault, try and make it a bit more functional. Try and do more of these, because honestly it's a way for me to kind of keep track of what I'm doing, and also reflect later on what I did before, what was working or not, and how did I do something. I kind of have like a evidence of everything. I'm really liking how this is looking so far. I love my library one. It's so cool, like how much you can really do with Obsidian. The only thing that's not super functional with it is the tasks, and you need to have plugins to make it work, and you have to have some know-how of how to use block codes. I guess it's not that hard to learn. I mean, it took me like 3 days to figure it out. That's not for everyone, you know, and I've already had some experience with HTML and CSS and stuff like that, like very, very minimal, but enough that I kind of understand some of what's going on with block codes. This is definitely more intermediate level, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I like my library vault. I'm liking how this one looks too. Little by little, I'm working on this. And again, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.